Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Facebook and Instagram and now YouTube live session. This is our session number 30 that I hold every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Brisbane time, of course. And tonight I will be talking about some hints to write a good resume or curriculum vitae that will improve your chances to be shortlisted to an interview. But first, for those that don't know me, my name is Gerson Arda. I'm the founder of www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website to share valuable content and useful information to help you in your journey to validate your engineering qualification in Australia. And I also share information about workplace health and safety, environmental management, the day-to-day of an engineer in Australia, and also some hints about job opportunities. And if you stay until the end, I will give you a free ebook that I wrote about the 10 challenges that most overseas engineers they face when they arrive in Australia. The link is actually already there, so you can certainly download the ebook. I've got both in Portuguese and in English. But before I start, I would like to know, what is your main question when you are writing your resume? So what is your question? So if you write down your question about what is your main doubt when you're writing your resume, in 5 or 10 minutes time, I can have a look at your question and then we can discuss a little bit about it. So I'll start my content, and after 5-10 minutes we'll go back to the questions, and then I can cover those issues there. So let's get down to the business now. And I'm really happy to be here to share my experience as a recruitment panel member, and I've recruited already lots of engineers and project managers, mainly civil engineers, electrical engineers, project managers with no engineering qualification as well, and financial coordinators, procurement coordinators, admin support officers, a lot of roles that I've recruited so far. And I have noticed a lot of issues in the curriculum vitae or resume, and this live is to raise awareness of some of those issues so you guys don't have the same issues and don't make the same mistakes. So once you arrive in Australia as an overseas professional, obviously you face the challenge in terms of English language. If you applied for a professional job, you had the barrier of the language, you had the barrier of being overseas professional. You had the barrier probably to recognize your qualification here in Australia, visa, and everything else. But you've overcome everything, and it's time now to target the market. And usually here in Australia, recruitment stages, they generally include, but they're not limited to, curriculum analysis of cover letter, telephone interview, usually is the recruiter's first contact. Some companies, they are now actually requesting psychometric tests in some positions, especially for managerial positions. In other cases, companies, they're even requesting a video interview. They ask you to use a mobile app, and they send you some questions, and then you record an interview by answering those questions, and then you send to the recruitment agency, and they will use that video interview as part of the shortlisting. And then if you are shortlisted, then you are selected for an interview with the panel of interviewers. And then you have the interview itself. After the interview, if they're happy with you, they're probably going to do a reference check, usually with 2 professional references. And if you are selected for final hiring, some companies, they do a pre-admission medical examination Others, they do character check, police check, etc., depending on the position that you are applying. But before this, there's this critical stage of writing your curriculum vitae or your resume. So there's some important details when preparing your application for a job, especially in engineering jobs, when you're writing your curriculum, your cover letter, and the interview. And tonight we're going to cover a little bit about the curriculum vitae. In my case, I come from Brazil, and it's important to say that in every country, there are some different requirements to write your curriculum vitae. And what I'm going to explore tonight, it's not really a general rule, but it's the rule that I observed in this almost 11, 12 years of recruiting engineers and project managers, the way that we use to recruit engineers and project managers. In Brazil, we are often advised that CVs should not be more than 2 pages, or even now you've got to write in just 1 page. But here in Australia, it is normal to have resumes of several pages detailing the results achieved and personal attributes, especially soft skills. We've got the hard skills, which are the technical skills, and we've got the soft skills, which are the obviously managerial skills, communication skills, and other skills that are not technical. And the Australian market is increasingly competitive, and the distribution of job offers spreads at a much faster rate. So having a strategically crafted resume can make the difference between being selected or not selected to an interview. So I'm going to give, I think, 3 or 4 hints that are based on my 15 plus years of experience here in Australia, interviewing people and recruiting people. I'm not a recruiter myself, but I participated in several recruitment panels as a panel member and as a panel chair as well. All right, so I've applied those hints here in Australia in my own professional career, and also these are the hints that I would like to see when candidates they apply. So hint number 1, include the basic information in your CV. And this is a very common mistake many applicants they make when the basic information that will determine whether or not you will be selected for the interview is not in your CV. And usually they are. People, they don't include the personal data. They don't include their goals. What's the objective of that particular resume? What are their skills, both soft and hard skills, academic training or schooling, languages that they speak, obviously, depending on the job that you are applying to, professional experiences, main results obtained. A lot of people, they pretty much copy and paste their duties or what they're supposed to do, but they don't really list the main results that they ended up getting. Some personal and professional profile, the courses that you did, some extracurricular activities, and professional references. All right, hint number 2, it's probably a good idea to customize your curriculum. Another common mistake for the applicant is to use the same curriculum vitae template and content for all vacancies that they apply. It's very, very common. I see a lot of curriculums that they've probably been prepared for a different type of job. And let's say we advertise for an engineer, and then somebody is applying with a curriculum that's pretty much just generic, does not really have any experiences or results in terms of engineering. Looks like that the candidate put together a generic template of the resume and sent to every single job. So the CV must be personalized and customized for every vacancy that you are applying. So this does not mean that you need to kind of make up experiences or not really telling the truth, but you need to align your skills with the vacancy offered, especially if you have a lot of experience, especially if you have a lot of different experiences. You will have to customize your CV to that particular job opportunity. So this means that you must emphasize the specific experiences you have had and include in the body of your CV that addresses the skills or selection criteria required by the company. Hint number 3, and if you have any questions in Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, please send me your questions and I will respond here. So hint number 3, it's a good idea to evidence the achieved results. Remember, employers, they are after candidates that they can perform. They are after candidates that they can demonstrate that they've achieved positive results. So companies are looking for professionals who will bring positive results to projects, to services, to their clients, and highlighting the results achieved is a critical part of your CV structure. As I said before, some candidates, they just write the duties and activities that they did, but they usually forget to highlight the results that they have achieved. Especially in the engineering area, where several KPIs or key performance indicators, they are monitored and expected to be achieved. In engineering vacancies, obviously I'm a civil engineer and I recruit for engineers as well. In engineering vacancies, it is interesting to divide into results obtained in the specific area of the vacancy to be applied for and results obtained in other correlated areas, such as management, business, strategy, and other related technical areas. Hint number 4, don't leave until the last minute to write up your CV. Looks like that some candidates, they leave to the last minute to write their CV, and then the content of the CV is not good. Your CV should be written with a lot of planning and research. You should take time to research the company, the industry in which a job is inserted, talk to the recruiter about the job, and clarify any questions. You gotta dedicate some time. This time spent will serve as the basis for customizing your CV and will make the recruitment panel members interested and impressed by the quality of your information contained in your CV. And remember, they will be reviewing dozens of resumes and selecting those which will have a little bit of an extra thing. So when you are researching about the company, when you're researching about the job or about the position, you can tailor in your CV similar experiences that you've done, similar results that you have achieved, and that will match with the customized item that I just spoke just before. Especially when you are looking for social networks or social media, Facebook, even Google, you could research projects in their website, and you can actually then customize similar experiences or similar projects that you have achieved. So usually panel members, they will be quite impressed if you detailed some similar experiences, because if they are recruiting for a particular project, recruitment panels will probably appreciate to have someone that had already similar experiences, so they don't need to spend a lot of time in onboarding or inducting new employees. Fernanda is saying, I don't have an experience as an engineer, but she's got experience as an intern and as a translator trainee. If you're applying for a graduate engineer, we are going to certainly look for a graduate engineer that has positive attitude, that's really keen to learn, that has obviously good academic records. It has a lot of interest in what the graduate engineer is going to do in the company, and a graduate engineer that we can see that will bond with the team, a graduate engineer that's going to be learning and will have a good future with the company. So if you have any question, please send an email to admin@engineersinaustralia.com or leave in the comments and I will reply to the comments. If you haven't done the download of my ebook, 10 challenges that overseas engineers they face when they arrive in Australia, the link is in the comments. You just need to give your name, your email address, confirm the email address in an email, and then the PDF file is going to be sent to your inbox. And if you are in Brisbane, tomorrow, the 26th of February, I will be at the Hello Australia Education Fair. I will be there from 4:30 p.m. and I will have a presentation about the validation process from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. And for those that are not in Brisbane and cannot attend the education fair at the Hello Australia, we'll be trying to broadcast live as well in my Instagram page. So hopefully the connection will be better tomorrow. So I would like to thank you very much for your attendance and really apologize for the connection issue. And I'll see you next week, either probably Tuesday, still next week, still probably Tuesday, 7 p.m. Brisbane time. But then in 2 weeks' time, I'm probably going to change the time and date according to what suits better to you guys. Thank you very much and bye-bye.